So there's two great fiction books I wanted to make sure you knew about. One is Elizabeth Gilbert's City of Girls. I might be the only one that didn't love Eat, Pray, Love, but Elizabeth Gilbert is a gifted writer. And when I was interviewing Bill Clegg, who wrote The End of the Day, another book you should read, he recommended City of Girls. I totally agree. It's set in 40s. It starts in 40s New York. It's kind of a crazy story, but you're just reminded Elizabeth Gilbert is a fantastic storyteller. I was just like happy reading this, happy. And this book, I had read reviews of. It's called The Great Mistake by Jonathan Lee. So it's based on a true story. Sometimes historical fiction I find frustrating because I really want to know the facts. But there was a couple of things about this book that made me just love it as like old school reading storytelling. And it was this. This is a book from Knopf, who produces just a beautiful book. So I loved the pages. I loved the font. I loved turning the pages. And then it's based on the story of Andrew Green, who's this sort of forgotten guy that had been the head of the Board of Ed. He's the guy who conceived of Central Park. He's the guy who conceived of joining the boroughs and not considering the rivers being defining of what could be New York City. And this is a story, it opens with him being shot at 83 years old, so I'm not giving anything away. And Jonathan Lee is just a beautiful writer. It's one of those books where the story's great, but I would just read a paragraph over again because I loved it. And so both of these books, a lot of times I think I've said this to all of you before, I'm like, I don't know, fiction is not as interesting to me right now as nonfiction, but these two are exceptions. City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert and The Great Mistake by Jonathan Lee. Happy reading.